Hello, this is Captain Spatula here, broadcasting from a hidden location so Gal Cop can't trace me. Today in my fake nutjob rantings, I want to tackle some things I've been hearing about the Holomes that sent a shudder through my spine and caused me severe diarrhea later that evening. In my last Crackpot, I talked about how the NPC robots murdered humanity long ago, and in order for organic life to survive, we had to upload our consciousness into Holomes. Well, after intercepting a possible dark wheel transmission, it turns out this may only be a half-truth. Humanity did survive the robot uprising, and does use Holomes to mask our sweaty signatures, but our physical forms do exist. Let me ask it this way. Who flies the ship? Well, that's the question here. But to answer that, we must first ask another question. Who do you trust? Yeah, if you said no one, you answered correctly. It's probably safe to say the feeling is mutual, stranger. So who do you believe? Well, let's read the official statement.
Holome profiles are a holographic representation of an independent pilot's appearance that is overlaid onto the actual pilot. The pilot is physically present aboard their ship, along with any crew members they hire, but both the pilot and crew control external vehicles such as ship-launched fighters remotely via telepresence, which projects their Holome profiles into the cockpits of those vehicles.
So the official answer is that you, a useless bag of mostly water, are there, physically sitting your plump little rump in the pilot's chair, and your Holome is a holographic representation of yourself that only kicks in for multi-crew adventures, or when your ship-launched fighter or SRV is out there gallivanting about. So, you're telling me you went and created this whole giant elaborate holographic commander situation, only specifically for scenarios that pretty much tie to any time that you get your commander derriere out of your chair? Well, let me tell you what's really going on here. Let's start with this simple exercise. When I count to 3, wiggle your toes. 1, 2, 3. Okay? Alright, now move your leg. Any kind of motion will do. Are you trying as hard as I am? Yeah, there's no feeling at all. You see, I can only move my head and arms, but the rest of my body is wired to this chair. So yes, I can confirm we are physically sitting here in our seats. But without our space legs, we need Holomes to do normal things like fly our fighter craft or go to the bathroom. But if you're really there, what happens when your ship explodes? Well, this is a real problem with our education system. You see, I've known this for years, but these noobs keep asking me this question all the time. So, we've established that you're stuck to your chair. Literally, when you switch ships in the shipyard, all they do is unscrew the chair and crane it over and move it to the other ship. I mean, your entire life as a commander, from birth to death, is spent in that chair. It's your entire existence. That's how humanity was able to survive in 3306 without NPC robots coming after our blood. The chair protects us. And like you need the chair needs you too. And when your ship goes boom, an emergency FTL in the seat activates as well as a shield, and it blasts you through witch space with precision right into the station or prison that you were destined to arrive at. Now that part makes perfect sense to me. It's all just modern chair physics. Now what bothers me isn't how I consistently survive total annihilation. It's more about the ship. You see, my ship blows up and my super duper robot fooling hyperchair jumps me back to safety, only to find my ship restored in perfect condition. Even in prison facilities that have no ships or outfitting. What exactly does my insurance company do to manage to instantaneously transfer an exact engineered replica of my ship across the galaxy in time for me to fly it after rebuy? Yeah, well, that's where it all clicked in. You see, when you dock at a station accidentally, I don't know if you guys have done that, but I did it once, so it is possible to do that accidentally, okay? But when I dock and I want to take off again, the pad rotates and goes down. And when it does, just for a moment, just a tiny sliver of a moment, it shuts off the ship cameras. What's really happening that they don't want us to see down there? I'll tell you what it is. It's clones! That's right, people. When you dock at a station, the pad scans your ship and clones a replica when you take off. I don't know what kind of Guardian technology they've engineered to accomplish this miraculous feat, but it certainly explains why rebuy costs are so high. They're cloning our ships without telling us. You spent the last 1,500 hours engineering the most unique ship in the galaxy, and all of a sudden all your hard work is replicated by a station as soon as you dock. So, what happens if you don't die? What do they do with all the discarded clones? I can only imagine they sell them to the killer robot NPCs. So if you're ever out there in the galaxy and you run into a doppelganger of your own ship, it might actually be an old insurance clone. Anyway, just relax about Holomes. It really is you in that chair. Or is the chair really in charge and using you like a sock puppet? Well, until we get our space legs together, I don't think we'll ever really find out. But for now, I've given you the information. It's up for you to how you're going to use it. That's why I keep saying, yeah, fly Dangus, Commanders, bye.